Hey, welcome to another question on decimals. In this question, what you have to do is you have to write each of the following as decimals. This has been given in the form of a statement, and what you have to do is you have to write in terms of decimals. Now, always remember in such statements, when you have to write them in the decimals, this and always represents plus sign. That is, you have to add something. Now here you have two ones. This ones means what? It tells you the place value. Okay. This two ones tells you that there is two at the ones place. There is two at the ones place. Plus this 5/10 tells you what? It tells you that at the tenth place there is 5. At the tenth place there is 5. And if you remember from the theoretical portion of decimals that we discussed, this 5/10 will actually represent the fraction 5 over 10. That is 5/10. Now there is a difference between 5/10 and 5/10. There's no S here, but here you have a S. What is the difference in between them? This 5/10 actually tells you that at the 10th place you have 5. At the 10th place you have 5 digit. But this 5/10 tells you that actually this is telling you about fraction. That is 5/10. 5/10. This is telling you about a fraction. But anyways, this 5/10 will be represented by this fraction only. The value of this 5/10, this 5/10 represents this fraction 5/10. So tenths means it's telling you what is at the tenth place, but this 5/10 is actually telling you about the fraction. That is a difference just by adding s. Okay, so tens, hundreds, thousands, they all are the place value, but this 5/10 or 6/10 or 7/10 tells you the fraction. Okay, so the 5/10 will be represented by this 5/10. That is, the value of 5/10 will be 5/10. That's here. Now if you have to write this in the form of mixed fraction, we can write this in the form of mixed fraction, and this will be 2, 5, this 2 as a whole number, that's here, and 5 over 10, that's here, that is 5/10. It can be written here. And you know that the value for 5/10 will be 0.5. If you divide 5 by 10, you'll get 0.5. Therefore, this will be 2.5. The next one is 30 and 1/10. Again, this plus and denotes what? Plus, it represents plus. This is 30, so clearly 30 plus 1/10. Now again, this is 1/10. This is not 1/10. 1/10 would mean 1/10 would mean that at the, this is telling you actually what? This is telling you the tenth place. There's slight difference only, but 1/10 will be represent this fraction only, 1/10. So this will be 1/10. Okay, now this can also be written in the term of mixed fraction. This is 30 and this is 1 over 10. The value of 1/10 will be, the value of 1/10 will be 0.1. So this is 30.1. 7/10. 7/10. Now 7/10 tells you that at the 10th place you have actually 7. Now what fraction does 7/10 represent? What fraction will it represent? It will represent 7/10. 7/10. That means, sorry, 7/10. That means it will be equal to 7/10. That is this one. So this is 7/10. tenth. The fraction represented by 7/10 will be 7/10, and the value for 7/10 is what? 0.7. So this will be 0.7. This is the decimal representation. Next is 2/10 and 9/10. In this case, this again and is plus sign. Tens tells you place value, tens tells you the place value. Now, this is telling you what? It is 2/10. This is 2/10. What does that mean? It means that at the tens place you have digit 2, right? So this will be represented by what? This will be represented by 2, that is this one, and tens means what? You have to multiply it by 10, right? 2/10 means that at the tens place you have digit 2, and we know that the multiplication factor of tens is always is 10 actually. So 2/10 plus 9/10. 9/10 means what? 9/10. The fraction represented by 9/10 will be 9/10. So this 9/10 means 9/10. The fraction represented by 9/10. If you add this, this will be 20. If you multiply 2 by 10, that is a multiplication factor of tens, that is 20, plus 9/10, that is 9/10. This can be written as what? 20, 9/10, that is in a form of mixed fraction, and the value of 9/10 is 9/10 is 0.9, so this will be 20.9. Okay. Next one is 14.6. It means that 14.6. 6 at the tens place you have 6. 14, this point means decimal point, and 6 is written as it is. 102 ones. So this ones is telling you what? The place value of ones, and at the ones place you have what? 2. And means plus sign. At the ones place you have 2, therefore this will be only represented by 2. 100 means what? At the at the hundreds place you have, it's not hundreds, it's 100. So simply write as 100. It's not 100s. So 100s would mean that at the hundreds place you have 1. By the way, that means the same thing, but there's a slight difference between hundreds and 100. So 100 means 100 plus 2. This will be 102. This is 600.8. 600.8. 600 simply can be, this point tells you what? Decimal point. This 600 means 600, and this 8 means 600.8. So this will be the decimal representation of 600.8.